Hey folks, this is Eric's Trains Express Volume 15. So just a quick little video here. I've got such a large collection, I've got around 350 or so locomotives. And one of the weird things that happens when you have a large collection is sometimes you lose track of stuff. And I did a locomotive count not too long ago. That's how I know I have around 350 or so locomotives. And yet I forgot one. Actually, I forgot two, but this is one of the two that I forgot. And the reason I forgot it was because it was tucked under the layout and the engine was still in the box. And I was clearing out some boxes the other day, moving some stuff over to storage, and I came across this one, and lo and behold, there was an engine in the box. So let's see what we've got here. I already know what it is, but I'm making it dramatic. So I've got a 3GS 21B genset switcher here from MTH, and this is in a BNSF paint scheme. And what makes this different is that it's a scale wheeled version rather than a high rail wheeled version like most of my other locomotives. And I've got two other MTH genset switchers that also came with scale wheels. I got those because at the time I thought it would be really cool to have a couple locomotives with scale couplers rather than the large O-gauge couplers. But in order to get the scale couplers on an MTH model, you typically had to get the scale wheeled model. So I got the scale wheeled models, and then I put high rail wheels on them and made them into 3-rail models, but I kept the scale couplers. But this is another one of those. So I don't know if I ever converted this to 3-rail or not, but we're going to find out. I completely forgot that I had this. And probably the reason I left it under the layout was because I did not convert it to 3-rail, and therefore I can't run it on my layout. Because you can't run a 2-rail locomotive on a 3-rail layout, not without converting it. MTH made a conversion kit, so I converted the two CSX gensets that I had. I don't know if I converted this one though. I'm guessing I didn't, like I said, because that's probably why it stayed under the layout. But we'll see. No, I did convert it. So I have no idea why I left this thing under the layout. I converted it from 2-rail operation to 3-rail operation, so it's got these center pickup rollers and the high rail wheels, but it's got the scale couplers on the front and the back. Yeah, there she is. It's a beautiful locomotive, and I don't know if I've ever run this thing, or if I did, I ran it for a very short amount of time. Of course, I've got a Lionel BNSF genset switcher as well, a die-cast metal one, but yeah, and there's those scale couplers. Okay, now I've got all my MTH genset switchers out, and now I remember what I was trying to do back then. You see, I even forgot what my mindset was when I bought these things. So this is the regular 3-rail MTH genset switcher. And as you can see, it does not have fixed pilots. It's got the big O-gauge coupler. It's got the high rail wheels and the center pickup rollers. And that moving pilot, like you have on a lot of O-gauge locomotives, is a bit annoying sometimes. The Lionel genset switchers eliminated the moving pilots. Those have fixed pilots, which makes them look much more realistic. But the MTH 3-rail version had the moving pilots. And so what I did was I bought the 2-rail versions from MTH instead. Those have the fixed pilots and they have the scale couplers, but they're also made for 2-rail operation, so if you want to run them on a 3-rail layout like mine, you have to buy the conversion kit and switch them over to 3-rail operation, which is what I did for the BNSF and the two CSX gensets. So I bought a regular 3-rail NASA genset switcher, and then on the subsequent ones, I decided to get the fixed pilots by going with the 2-rail version and then converting it to 3-rail operation. And the only downside is that you then have the scale coupler, which at the time I thought would be cool. Like I said, in retrospect, probably not the best idea because it's not as compatible with the big O-gauge couplers that are on pretty much everything else I have. Although I do have some rolling stock that I've converted to scale couplers. Now I remember what my mindset was back then. And you know, this was years and years ago. I guess this was maybe 10 plus years ago when this happened, so it's no wonder I don't remember exactly what I was thinking. But yeah, this has been under the layout the whole time. So now I can finally put it out on a shelf and also get it some runtime, which it definitely deserves. It's a beautiful model. So there you have it, a perfectly good MTH genset switcher sitting in the box under my layout, forgotten. I don't know if that's funny or sad, but at least I found it, so that's something. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show you. I'm Eric Siegel, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.